going to show you how I take photos for myself using just camera settings and a tripod. This is a Canon R5, but most Canon cameras have the same setup. First, go to settings and find where it says interval timer and select it. Then select enable, and then in the bottom left corner of the screen, you'll see a button that says info detail settings. This is where you can adjust your interval length, which is the amount of time between each photo, and the number of shots that you want it to take. You can choose anywhere from 1 to 100 on the number of shots you'd like, or opt for unlimited. Depending on what I'm shooting, I typically end up shooting with an interval of 5 seconds and shoot about 20 photos. After that, make sure you hit OK or else it won't work, and then adjust your camera settings, and then it's time to shoot. Not going to lie, that was probably the easiest part. The next part is where it gets tricky. Before I set my interval timer, I try to set up the camera. I typically do a few test shots just to see if I have the angle and settings the way I think I like it. Once I have a pretty good idea, I run through the interval settings just as I explained in step 1, and then I start shooting. After the first attempt, I look through the photos, and then I inevitably end up changing and adjusting the camera angles and settings. This process usually takes about 3 to 4 times until I get the look that I want. It takes a lot of adjusting between each retry, but eventually we get it. Then I move on to the next scene and setup and repeat the same process. This can be super frustrating at times, but stick with it and be patient. I got the shots I wanted for this look, so then I went ahead and changed, and I ended up changing locations as well. This one was a little more difficult to shoot in the van because it was such a tight space, but I switched to a wider lens and I just had to make a lot of adjustments. Patience really is key with taking photos for yourself. Ideally, it would be nice to be able to hand my camera to somebody and have them take photos for me. But sometimes you have to train them on how to take photos. Other times you're just alone in the middle of nowhere or just want to take photos if you're traveling solo. As promised, here are the photos that we got from these shoots. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.